The Love Compass, researched and written by myself, Kita Forever. You have permission to reproduce this book or parts thereof in any form. The scanning, uploading, and distribution of this book via the internet or via any other means is legal and encouraged. First edition, distributed worldwide online from Canada. Heartfelt gratitude to Mike Myers, Love Guru, and Vikram Gandhis Kumare for helping me accept myself and my past, reignite my personal creativity, power, and practice to share my personal wisdom, journey to love, and inner guru with you. Dedicated to everyone seeking the root of things and a personal experience of freedom and love now. My intention and humble prayer is that I pay attention to the messages from Loveland and share my heart and love with the world. Kita Forever. This is my journey. Chapter 1, creating my personal path to love now. I am sad and depressed about what appears to be another failed relationship. As hard as the truth is to face, I realize I am back where I started, feeling used, abused, deceived, betrayed, manipulated, cheated on, and lied to. I attracted the same type of person into my life experience that I said hurt me in my past. I begin asking myself why I end up feeling abandoned, alone, and taken advantage of. This inquiry leads me to call a friend for support to help me through this challenging time. My friends that I called, my friend listens and empathizes. My friend's compassion and loving support is comforting. After patiently listening, my friend suggests I go away, gain some insight into why I repeatedly continue the same self-defeating patterns of attracting the type of person I say I don't like, don't require, don't desire, or deserve. I choose one of those last-minute all-inclusive vacations on a tropical island to relax, reflect, release, recover, and rejuvenate. I'm tired of feeling like a failure in romance and life and vow to myself to commit to learning and continuing to practice practical, sensible, and logical tools that guide me to experience more of what I like, require, and desire in life. Most importantly, I commit to a practice that leads me to deserve what I like, require, and desire once I experience it. As I know from personal experience, it is easy to experience more of what I like when I know what I like. I focus and continuously put one foot in front of the other and move confidently toward what I say I enjoy manifesting in my reality. The challenge lies in implementing a self-loving practice that guides me to enjoy my personal experience once I attract more of what I say I like to experience in my life. Chapter 2, My Love Compass, accurately foretells the present-future prediction of my current thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. Enjoying the sunrise, during my first morning walk along the beach, I notice something shiny half buried in the sand. I pick it up. It is a compass. It is different from any other compass. This compass has a letter L on it. Curious, I turn the compass over and read the inscription on the back. This is a love compass. To learn simple, safe, effective tools, resources, practices, and processes to create and experience expanding love in every area of your life, sleep with this compass around your neck for 3 nights and choose to accept what happens. Bursting with excitement, I immediately pull my phone out of my beach bag and call my friend to share the wonderful news. After some conscious manipulation, I commit to following the instructions on the back of this mysterious love compass. The first night passes, nothing. The second night passes, and nothing. On the third night, I fall into a deep sleep and wake up in my dream. In my dream, I meet an angel. The angel asks me why I look so sad. I begin to open my heart and share my pain. I share, and after I'm finished revealing my sadness about love and relationships, I ask the angel what to do to continue to experience expanding love in every area of my life. The angel tells me that in Loveland, every girl and every boy goes to love school once they reach the age humans call puberty. Love school serves the world by serving the person first. Puberty and adolescence are about curious exploration, adventure, learning, growing, experiencing, and improving. Love school supports balance. Balance mind, balance body, balance heart, balance spirit. Balance supports the expansion of love in every area of life. The angel introduces Love School by first asking me, is there an easier way to experience love than by disciplining my thoughts, my personal thoughts, to guide me to experience more of what I say is important to me, what I like, require, desire, and deserve for myself and the people I care about? The angel continues. During Love School, curious people learn about, practice, and experience the immediate benefits of tools and resources that include personal processes like fill-in-the-blank templates and follow your natural spontaneous stream of thought writing. Students engage and respond to the following course materials: the Love Compass, core values, the importance of loving myself first and sharing the authentic overflow as a gift of loving service to others, and healthy dating to reveal what I like, require, desire, and deserve. To further personalize the practices, Love School incites conversations about personal space and healthy boundaries, seeing the world as a universal cosmic mirror that provides instant feedback of what is actually going on behind the masks I project into the world. What I choose to do lists inspire a personal practice of self-love first. Sharing my overflow as a gift of service to others is always second. 3 primary questions in Love School that incite reflection and clearing are: number 1, what are relationship weeds? How do I remove any of the 600 plus weeds after they sprout within my mind and heart, and the world lets me know what I've got going on when I think no one is listening or watching? Number 2, what is relationship gardening? Love School initiates this simple process that transforms mental, emotional, physical, sexual, and spiritual pain and suffering into its opposite by consciously pulling relationship weeds and planting seeds of faith in their place. 3, am I aware of the relationship bomb that ruins all relationships? All forms, from intimate to family, friends to coworkers, business partners. This relationship bomb is something everyone practices on earth. Love School begins with 3 magic words that inspire everyone to continue growing and glowing: humility, forgiveness, and courage. I crack a tiny smile and began to giggle. After a few moments, I share with the angel that everything I heard and felt in my heart as a result makes logical sense. I tell the angel that I never attended any kind of school that guides me to think about core values and how they guide my core consciousness, or a love compass that directly points to my personal vision of love. What is love? I graduated from preschool, grade school, and high school. In all of my public education that I was forced to attend, I was never offered Love School. Ever. What about you? In high school, my parents told me that dating was dangerous. You might get a girl pregnant. They told me that focusing on getting a good education and a good job is the easiest way to create a happy and successful life. Blah. What a load of bullshit. Their example of parenting inspired me to change course of the predictable path they presented me as my only path to experience personal success. I am ready to learn about and practice creating self-serving, mutually supporting, loving relationships. I am ready to listen to the lessons that are revealed through my relationship mirrors. I am ready to apply what I learned to increase my self-love and share the overflow as a gift of service to others. I am ready to authentically communicate my feelings, forgive, be grateful, and let go. In that moment, I realized my primary caregivers left me crippled in life and love. What about you? I complain to myself, my family, and my friends. I silently resent many of my past intimate partners, old friends going back as far as high school. I talk about them to cut them down and tear them apart by talking about how they hurt me. When I do this, I fail to realize every time I talk about my past partners and friends with negative emotion, I continue to affirm my victim story and fuel its existence in my present future prediction of now. I model and practice behavior that causes me to repeatedly focus on and talk about my apparent negative experiences and the pain I feel as a result of thinking and speaking about what went wrong. By nature of the law of attraction, I continue attracting similar negative experiences and opportunities to learn the lessons required to personally experience deeper love. The angel and I smile, and our giggles turned into laughter. I have my first insight. Throughout my life, I stumbled through relationship after relationship with the core programming I learned by modeling my primary caregivers and the people in my life. I failed to ask any of my beloved reflections and friends what they like, what they require, what they desire, or what they deserve. And most importantly, they never asked me. I complained that their focus and goals continuously kept moving. I like this, then I like that. The next day I desire this, then I desire that. Then a few days later I go back to this, then that. This became frustrating for my past intimate partners and friends because my love compass kept changing directions. Practicing this learned behavior caused them to leave the relationship to seek a deeper love with someone new. In this moment of realization, I feel an awakening and experience goosebumps all over my body. I have a deep sense of knowing that many of the answers to my questions about creating and sustaining a self-serving, mutually supporting, loving relationship are in front of me. Practical, logical, sensible, and applicable tools that serve every relationship in my life. Practicing presence and committing to a self-love practice is necessary to create a personal path to experience love now. That's a gold nugget. It's repeated again right now. Practicing presence and committing to a self-love practice is necessary to create a personal path to experience love now. I begin practicing the processes and continue practicing opening my heart emotionally, my mind mentally, my body physically, my desire sexually, and my soul spiritually. Smiling, I share with the angel what is present in my heart. When I lack the awareness of what I like, when I lack the awareness of what I require, when I lack the awareness of what I desire, and when I lack the awareness of what I deserve, how is it possible for any of my beloved mirrors or friends able to figure it out? No wonder I'm a mess and feel saddened in intimate relationships and keep repeating the same patterns over and over, leaving me feeling brokenhearted, alone, and taken advantage of. I fall to my knees, put my hands together, and ask the angel, please take me through love school. Please. To learn how to create and practice experiencing expanding love in every area of my life. Please. I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of pain. I'm tired of craving. I'm tired of fantasizing. I'm ready for harvesting, experiencing, and practicing. Yes, yes, replied the angel. The angel invites me to love school upon two agreements. The first agreement, that I declare my personal responsibility for my personal learning growth and what I get out of going through the process. The second agreement, that upon receiving personal value from what I learn, I share what I learn with the people in my life. The angel explains the benefits of sharing the lessons you learn in love school with others keeps the teachings alive. Sharing the lessons helps to circulate and expand them in your life and throughout the world, the ripple effect. It becomes a triple win. Win for you, win for your partners, and win for everyone both of you interact with. The angel continues. In Loveland, this is called paying it forward. Paying it forward becomes a living affirmation and testimony that keeps any teachings alive and thriving in one's own life. They are intended to expand awareness and uplift human consciousness. As people authentically begin to experience expanding love in every area of their lives, the world you live in evolves and continues becoming a happier place to live. I thought to myself that this feels fair. I usually tell people about a great movie I see, book I read or listen to, or restaurant I like. I take a moment, close my eyes, take a deep breath, and then I declare personal responsibility for my learning and growth. I commit to the lessons and insights I experience going through love school and to paying it forward after I receive value from going through the process. Where do we begin, I ask? The angel replied, "You always begin where you are. You always begin where you are because wherever you go, there you are. Your core consciousness is with you everywhere you go." Chapter 3. Being responsible for my core consciousness as it is creates the possibility of change. My core consciousness consists of every word I learned as a result of parental programming, cultural programming, and all beliefs, ideas, concepts, values, and language that I learned about and created as my philosophy for living as a result. I realize this is an important and fragile time in my life. I am embarking on a journey of soul discovery to transform my life from the inside out. To take full advantage of Love School, practicing both strength and commitment in every sense of the words is required. Let's take a moment to define the words strength and commitment. Strength, the quality or state of being strong, physical power, and energy. The emotional or mental qualities necessary to overcome situations or events that are challenging or difficult. The influence or power possessed by a person, organization, or country. The degree of intensity of a feeling or belief. The potency, intensity, or speed of a force or natural agency. The potency or degree of concentration. A good or beneficial quality or attribute of a person or thing. A person or thing perceived as a source of mental or emotional support. The number of people comprising a group, typically a team or community. Strength. Commitment, the act of committing or the state of being committed. Dedication, application, the company's commitment to quality. A pledge or undertaking, an act of pledging a commitment. An engagement or obligation that restricts freedom or of action to achieve something important. Commitment. The angel shares. Begin Love School and choose to run away part way through because of any fear, false evidence appearing real, and you live floating between both realities of faith and fear and go crazy. When your commitment to what you currently experience is stronger than your desire to step it up, in every area, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, and spiritually, you go crazy. I choose in this moment to step it up and love every area of my life. I commit to completing this process once. Chapter 4. Accepting the now before the new is a predictable path to experience more of what I like, require, desire, and deserve. When I learn to swim in the deep end of love and choose fear and hate over faith and love, I experience tremendous suffering in every area of my life. I feel a fear of loss, and this fear prevents me from experiencing the deep end of love. By default, I remain swimming in the shallow end. At first, this appears easier. With time and personal experience practicing the art of love, I realize I am blocking myself from experiencing the depth of my mind, heart, and field of consciousness. I come full circle to another opportunity to commit to loving myself first and sharing the overflow. Is it possible to delete any experience from my conscious processing unit, CPU, my brain? Once I experience anything, it records the experience and my thoughts, words, actions, beliefs, perceptions, judgments, and feelings about the experience on my CPU. Argue with this. Go ahead. And in this moment, delete everything you know about any fruit, vegetable, or anything from your CPU. It's impossible. The realities of faith and fear exist simultaneously on the earth plane in your 3D, 4D, or however many Ds of reality you choose to perceive. All great creative artists, beings, experts, geniuses, prophets, enlightened ones, sages, those who are and were successful and accomplished in creating the life they see in their dreams, experience bliss because they maintain a committed personal self-love practice. They practice what works and include it in their personal formula for being the change now. They value their personal practice as a necessary component to successfully experience the art of loving themselves first and sharing the authentic overflow as a gift of service to humanity. Most importantly, they focus on and continue practicing what works to produce the results they like, require, desire, and deserve. So simple. Chapter 5. Committing to myself is a correct next step to experience more of what I say is important to me. Experiencing the art of love as faith means simultaneously experiencing the art of fear as loss. The practice is to consciously choose love as my response, because it feels better for me and for everyone in my circles of participation. Once successful with these teachings, I am encouraged to develop new processes to further distill pure love and share them with the world. The angel continues, while engaging with my tutelage, your responsibility as a student is to repeatedly commit yourself and choose to trust the process. Commit to yourself and choose to love yourself first. Commit to yourself first and choose to trust the teachings. Commit to yourself and trust that your source, whatever that is to you in this moment, is the source of all that is, and that you came here for a great purpose. That purpose, from our perspective, is to learn and experience the art of loving yourself first and sharing the authentic overflow as a gift with others. That's it. Love myself first and share the overflow. What I do with my time living on earth is in service of experiencing the depth of my mind and heart. My families, friends, and everyone I relate with are mirrors of my consciousness. Yes, everyone is linked within the field of consciousness on earth. Everyone is taught knowledge that leads to fear, doubt, hate, stress, separation, and depression. These thoughts lead to personal isolation, suicidal thoughts. Left on this course, eventually they follow through. Watch the daily news reporting the past and continue creating the past in my life. Once I commit and begin to authentically and selfishly love myself first, I realize that everyone on earth has the potential to do the same. We all have the same resources, thoughts, words, actions, feelings. Everyone possesses the mindset from birth to love themselves first and share the overflow. Consider this information as a journey of recalling self. Choose self-love above all, and naturally and spontaneously share with others as a gift of what we call selfish service. Pretending to love myself first as I serve others generates any of the 600 plus relationship weeds. Relationship weeds eventually take over my relationship garden. Relationship weeds eventually take over my relationship garden. Relationship weeds pollute relationship gardens because my thoughts, words, actions, and feelings contain words to describe what is present. The words I choose to describe what is present all have definitions. The meaning behind these definitions of the relationship weeds I choose sprout in my relationship gardens. Obligation breeds lies and deceit. You performed for me, now I feel I am bound to perform for you in some way to get even. This path leads to suffering. Once full of self-love, that is what I share with others because that is what I am practicing being and have to give away. My acts of service are inspired naturally. Squeeze a lemon, and what comes out is what's inside. Lemon juice. The same goes with you. When something or someone squeezes you, either mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, even sexually, what comes out is what's inside. When hate is inside, that is what is shared with the people I interact with, even when I perform the politically or socially correct words or actions to be polite. Wow. When love is inside, that is what I share with my circles of participation, because that is what I am practicing and have to give away. My first practice is to commit to myself and trust myself that I chose this path as a guide to take me deeper. I step into it excitingly. I chose it to take me deeper than I take myself. Here in Loveland, one of my tasks is to repeatedly commit to myself and trust myself. Trust the teachings from Love School and allow the seeds of faith and love to sprout, grow, and manifest in my CPU heart in the field of consciousness around me. Embody trust and follow this direction. It serves me to realize that choosing to continue practicing what I have already got a handle on continues reflecting back to me more of the same results I already experienced. This is boring. Boredom leads to separation and suffering. The angel states some healthy boundaries. Questions intended to gain further clarity and significance about the essence of love are normal and encouraged. Questions designed to debate and argue for the sake of debating and arguing for your old ways of living and being in the world are one of your ego's predictable survival tactics. I acknowledge and choose to release my urge to be right in service of experiencing the deep end of love. It's that simple. Resisting because my ego is driving me, I suffer and usually end up paying what I call resistance tax, which shows up in my life as some form of mental, emotional, physical, sexual, or spiritual suffering. I release that which has been holding me back and experience the deep end of love. This requires me to have an open mind and do some thinking outside the norm of what I have already been taught, programmed, and conditioned to believe is true. This means considering and practicing thinking new thoughts, saying new words, implementing new actions, and allowing the spontaneous feelings to express themselves as they sprout within my heart. Chapter 6. What is Love School? The fundamental basics for everyone to experience more love in every area of life. Love School is a high-level, self-directed re-education program that guides me to experience the deep end of love. Love School encourages me to experience the love I have been dreaming about experiencing my entire life. Being honest, I know I am with myself as I go through these processes and reap the benefits of my investment of energy as time. Continuing to swim in the shallow end, I reap that which I sow and thus experience shallow results. I choose to risk the safety and security of the shallow experience by pushing past my core cultural programming, which is designed to separate and isolate. Separation leads to isolation. Isolation leads to suicidal thoughts, and left on this course, eventually they follow through. I venture into the depth of my own mind and heart and integrate what I learn and experience going through this process once. It's just a process. These are just words. I keep it simple and enjoy what I practice or move on and practice something else. Chapter 7. Correct choice and action are required to shift my focus and change my life. I promise to myself that the visions in my dreams prove to be self-evident as I begin to live in freedom and love. Some of the things I learn about at first confuse my conditioned mind. As a result, certain ideas are repeated throughout the conversations for me to easily digest and assimilate what I am learning. I imagine a delicious meal. I take it all in, and most of it comes out as a result of the elimination process. This is natural. The same is true with the spelling from Loveland. The teachings are suggestions and processes of sharing with me what they practice. I share what I practice and practice what I share. Most of what I share is eliminated from my core consciousness, just like a delicious meal that moves through my body. Practice acceptance. I allow what is required by my poisoned mind, shielded heart, tight body, and suspicious spirit to be absorbed in the truth of the teachings. My DNA contains within it ancient wisdom designed to wake me up and release me from the mass conscious hypnotic rhythm of pain and suffering. It serves me to pay attention because this information leads to my personal liberation. Each lesson contains valuable information that helps me transform my life thought by thought, moment by moment when I practice what I learn. The angel's role is to share knowledge as personal wisdom. My role is to practice what brings me closer to experiencing more love in every area of my life. I implement what I learn to experience more of the love that already surrounds me as me. Love is intending to be expressed even though it is rejected by many I interact with on my path to personal enlightenment and soul discovery. Going through Love School and continuing to do what I have done, I continue getting what I've gotten, and little change happens. A key to create success with any program, resource, book, strategy, tool, method, practice, or process is implementation. I apply and practice what I learn, otherwise it becomes useless information that creates contrast manifested as pain and suffering in my life. To implement means to put a decision, plan, or agreement into effect and perform immediate action in the direction of the intended result. Where I am today is different from where I choose to be tomorrow. Powerfully choose to make some personal changes. I choose to modify how I think, what I say, what I do, how I feel. I choose to implement what I learned. Practice makes perfect is bullshit. Perfection is an illusion. Perfection is an elusive delusion that sprouts lies and posturing. Practice inspires another opportunity to practice. Implementation is necessary to succeed in experiencing expanding love in every area of my life. Now, today, in this moment, gone. Am I happy with my personal practice reading these words today? Yes. Personal growth, transcendence, lasting change, and loving myself first and sharing the overflow comes down to continuously practicing 4 things. Number 1, thinking thoughts that move me in the direction of my definition of love. 2, saying the words that move me in the direction of my definition of love. 3, acting in ways that move me in the direction of my definition of love. 4, feeling feelings that move me in the direction of my definition of love. Chapter 8. Personal practice, including all thoughts, words, actions, and feelings, predict the seeds of consciousness I plant to create a new me now. There are 4 types of people. People choosing to experience fear, moving deeper into fear. People choosing to experience fear, moving towards faith. People choosing to experience faith, moving towards fear. Or people choosing to experience faith, moving deeper into faith. Which one am I? Choosing to think what I think, say what I say, do what I do, and feel what I feel, then, by law of attraction, it naturally follows that I continue experiencing the results of those choices. I accept that every thought I think plants a seed of consciousness in my CPU, heart, and field of consciousness as a whole. I accept that every decision I make is a choice. I am accountable to myself for the seeds of consciousness I choose to plant within and around me. What I hold in my mind with energy and focus is created in my reality. This is truth. At times, results are immediate. Other times, more time is required to experience the results of my thoughts manifested from the field of intention. This is because I offer contradictory spelling and practice the practice of changing my mind all the time. I tell myself this with complete certainty. What I give focused attention to manifests in my reality. The time it takes to manifest always and always depends on me. Once committed to creating lasting change and ultimately becoming the change I long to experience on earth, it is necessary for me to practice thinking new thoughts, saying new words, implementing new actions, and experiencing new feelings and emotions. Chapter 9. My emotions inspire either a thought, word, action, or another feeling to guide me a right way. It is healthy to express the rainbow of feelings and emotions that are buried within, even though I have been taught by many they guide me a wrong way. Children are born expressing their rainbow of feelings and emotions in real time. The lesson is to model children who practice authentic self-expression. Their compass is naturally writing. During Love School, I am reminded of what to focus on. I am reminded what action steps are necessary for me to create the lasting change I dream about. To experience expanding love in every area of my life, I powerfully choose to replace the current version of all the people, places, things, events, ideas, beliefs, perceptions, and circumstances in my core consciousness that keep me from shining the full expression of my radiance and sharing the depth of my love with the world. I keep all of this love school mumbo jumbo to myself till I experience a personal shift. Shifting my focus from listening and questioning to comprehending guides me to create a personal practice. Over time, my personal practice inspires me to share these lessons with the people I care about. Sharing and giving a treasure like love is more fulfilling than finding and receiving it. I got that one from Osho. Once I go through the love school processes and do the processing that I know is required to do and begin using the tools and resources available, I'm qualified and encouraged to share these teachings with the people in my life. I am led to the truth for which I am ready to learn about and experience. Occasionally, people share what they learned during love school prematurely with the people in their lives who choose to resist or refuse to learn what I am learning about. Everyone is doing their finest to manipulate you into their way of thinking, just as I am doing now. Chapter 10. Let go of the old to experience the new. When I hear the words, I like the old you better, I continue moving confidently in the direction I've been going. It means I am growing and stepping it up on the ladder of love. The people in my life that are required to go for me to continue to grow. They know their days are manipulating me, are reaching their end. I think of each piece of information that I learn about and experience as a seed of love that sprouts and grows roots in my heart. They grow by receiving the proper attention in my time-space reality. Giving seeds of love the necessary amount of raw elements readily available and found in nature inspires them to grow roots deep in my heart. These roots mature into an authentic expression of love for myself, my beloved, my family, my friends, my business partners, my coworkers, acquaintances, and the strangers I meet throughout my day. The angel continued, with enough practice, you fall in love with every living organism on the planet, from the flowers to the bees, the trees, and everything in between. Chapter 11. Making space with conscious clarity simplifies my personal practice and accurately points my direction to self-love. During love school, I perform a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual clearing by removing the negative mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual seeds of consciousness at the root. To simplify, I call all negative seeds of consciousness relationship weeds. Relationship weeds prevent me from continuously experiencing the love that already surrounds me. To change, all that is required by me is faith. I choose to have faith in myself that I am changing. I allow myself to have faith in the tools, resources, and processes I learned in love school. I allow myself to have faith that the tools deliver the promises of revealing to me a right path to the experience of expanding love in every area of my life, whether it be personal, health, sex, love, friendship, or business interactions with others. What I desire lives in one of these three categories: personal well-being, relationships, or money. I meditate on this deeply. Everything and anything I am determined to improve in my life falls in one of these three categories: personal well-being, relationships, or money. Creating more categories confuses and paralyzes my mind, gives me too many things to focus on improving. Keep it simple: personal well-being, relationships, and money. By the end of this training, I sprout within myself new inspired feelings of curiosity about the mystery of life, love, and relationships. I become inspired and continue experiencing more of what I declare I like, require, desire, and deserve. I create my personal path to love. I am already a proficient manifester, manifesting what I like, require, desire, and deserve in every second of every minute of every minute of every hour of every hour of every day of every day of every year of my life experience. Because my focus and vision for myself is polluted with contradictory spelling and ignorance, lack of knowledge and information, my current experience of life falls short of the vision I continue recreating for myself. My vision gets infected with contradictory spelling, contradictory thought, and wrong seed planting. Contradictory spelling is thinking, speaking, practicing, or feeling anything other than the positive present tense description of what I envision in my heart, mind, body, and spirit. Period. Choose contradictory spelling and experience contradictory results. The challenge most humans experience is the resistance to let go of the old to experience the new. Is it possible to ever reach a higher level by choosing to refuse to let go of the lower one? Reach up right now. Reach for the sky. Pretend you're holding on to something on the ground. How are you reaching the clouds when you're attached to what you've already got? Is it possible to pick something up with both hands and simultaneously refuse to put something down? Is it possible to experience the future pull towards my dreams in this present moment and be committed to sharing my past in the same present moment and now? In these cases, all my effort is a waste of time. The past is useful. I encourage myself to look to my past to learn from my past. When I learn from my past, let go of my past. Repeatedly looking to my past affirms that I require more learning. When I learn the lesson that presents itself, like Boy Scouts, I get my merit badge. Girl Guides, you get your merit badge, and you move on. I learn the life lessons from the experiences in my life, and I'm free to think, speak, act, and feel in the present. As a result, I experience more creative energy to focus on manifesting more of what I declare I like, require, desire, and deserve. So simple. Chapter 12. The nature of this process quickly lets me know whether I am moving closer to or further from that which I like, require, desire, and deserve. My practice with Love School inspires me to become my own teacher, friend, and blind spotter by training my mind to look for, find, and eliminate contradictory spelling, one thought at a time. Choosing this path of personal practice, miracles happen. Choosing to keep the Love School lessons I learned to myself gives the teachings the necessary attention for me to experience the benefits of what they offer me and everyone in the circles I participate in. Some students report that sharing their enthusiasm with the people in their lives for the Love School lessons before they naturally experience a shift, moving from listening and questioning to comprehending, they end up convincing them and or defending what they learn about and personally experience. This has a strong potential to create conscious confusion, living simultaneously in both worlds of faith and fear, love and hate, happiness and sadness. This creates suffering. These well-meaning people, whether they be beloved, intimate reflection, family member, mother, father, brother, sister, friend, business partner, or even co-worker, do their best to persuade me to come back to the collective reality of pain and suffering and stop living in la-la land. As I change, the people in my life by universal law change to remain in conscious alignment with me. Chapter 13. Navigating power struggles using relationship weeds as a trigger and relationship gardening as a tool takes me to the deep end of love. To illustrate this by example, the angel asked me to hold up my right hand. The angel places her left hand against my right and begins pressing. As the angel presses my hand, it naturally moves closer and closer till the back of my hand touches my chest. The angel then asked me to push back. At first, the angel resists. After a few seconds of resistance, she allows me to press her hand into her chest. As her hand moves, my hand moves to stay in alignment with the angel's. At this point of the story, the angel goes deeper into sharing what works in Loveland. Push back, and there is resistance. This stress, ignored, leads to power struggles. Power struggles plant any of the relationship weeds in my relationship garden. My relationship garden is the combination of my CPU, heart, and field of consciousness as the one. To navigate relationship weeds with emotional efficiency, practice humility, forgiveness, and courage. Otherwise, the dance of the power struggle continues and resistance ensues. What follows is more stress, which leads to pain and suffering. As I have experienced in my own personal life, it leads to the destruction of my most intimate relationships. Push, push dances are natural and happen in every relationship. One person leads and the other person chooses to follow because they trust their chosen beloved mirror implicitly. One person leads in one situation and the other leads in another situation. I consciously encourage myself and my beloved to use our strengths for our individual benefit and the relationship as a whole. This type of relating naturally sprouts triple win conversations and agreements within the circles I participate in. I encourage my reflection to shine as I shine myself. I inspire my beloved mirror to practice with me and experience today's miracles together. Playing victim or perpetrator using passive-aggressive or aggressive intimidating behavior, avoiding, resisting, or choosing to withdraw, and the dance between a couple increases, and with it the love connection weakens. With this weakening, the flame that keeps the romantic fire burning eventually goes out. The stories and justifications I make up in my mind based on my six senses of what I see, hear, smell, taste, touch, or feel are mine. I am accountable for my perception of reality as a result. Once the distance between our individual consciousnesses gets too wide, the energetic connection, the bond I call love, that bountiful, ever flowing, growing, forever blooming garden is taken over by what I label relationship weeds. In simple terms, this explains why people circulate in and out of my life for either a reason, season, or a lifetime. Chapter 14. People circulate in and out of my life for either a reason, season, or a lifetime. Some people enter my life for reasons. Once those reasons are shared and learned, they leave, experiencing love and or any combination of relationship weeds. And I am okay with whatever they choose. Other people enter my life for seasons. Of course, they leave, experiencing love and or any combination of relationship weeds. And again, I am okay with whatever they choose, because I am choosing what I am choosing. Other people circulate in and out of my life for a lifetime of reasons and seasons to help me continue growing and expanding my core consciousness to experience love in every area of my life. Different choices naturally lead to different levels of consciousness. These levels of consciousness ultimately cause people to be attracted to and relate to one another because of conscious alignment. All relationships are possible because of conscious alignment. Let's define conscious alignment. Conscious, aware of and responding to one's surroundings, being awake, having knowledge of something, being aware, painfully aware of, being sensitive to, concerned with or worried about a particular matter, deliberate and intentional regarding an action or feeling, directly perceptible to and under the control of the person concerned. Alignment, the route or course of a road or path, a position of agreement or alliance, alignment. The emotional bonds I cultivate with the people in my life are always and always created and destroyed by me. Every relationship is always and always cultivated and destroyed by me. Chapter 15. Experience in my present contains messages from my past that let me know in this now the seeds of consciousness I choose to plant as my present, in this moment I'm thinking and speaking, future, harvest, prediction. As I go through my day, the experience I create with others inspires the various parts of my psyche to experience different levels of consciousness. It is possible to wake up in the morning from a deep sleep and have memories of my child that cause me to feel the relationship weeds of apathy, fear, grief, guilt, or shame. This inspires me to then experience the emotional state of depression, resentment, and anger. I realize it's time to get ready for work, eat breakfast, and go to work. I go through my day, and by the time I get to yoga class, I've moved up the love ladder and experienced courage, inspiration, acceptance, and reason. By the time yoga class is finished, I moved into experiencing love. Above love is joy, peace, and bliss. This sounds like a great day overall. I began the day tense and consciously directed my mind to guide me towards the present moment experience of now. I leave the yoga studio and see a parking ticket on the windshield of my car. I failed to plug the meter with enough time, and this propels me back to anger and resentment. Then I recall why the parking meter ran out. I saw an old friend, talked about consciousness and the law of attraction, and booked a class together on the weekend followed by a lunch date. Realizing how I felt by the end of my interaction brings me back to acceptance of what is, experience peace now. All day, every day, I practice to consolidate my personality into my definition of love. Consistently practice this state of being as a living affirmation that inspires others to practice. See everything as a gift and respond to it as an opportunity to express gratitude for the experience that lets me know I'm going a right way. Consciously practice fluctuating up and down around these states of consciousness at different times throughout the day. I accept this and use it to manifest the life in my dreams. Just like anything, the more I practice, the more consistent I become at experiencing the conscious states of love and above. Here, everything is viewed from eyes that are intimately woven with the source of all that creates all that is. Let's face it, some people in my life, including myself, occasionally or intentionally resist change. Change is a way to come out of my self-imposed misery, pain, and suffering. Inspiration collaborates with source energy to create change in the direction of more of what I say I like, require, desire, and deserve in my life. In this case, is love. Chapter 16. Changing my story now begins by analyzing the experience of my present reality and choosing conscious clarity to describe my present seed planting. In all types of relationships that break down, what he said, she said, he behaved, she behaved, is trivial. All relationships are always and always about the conscious alignment I create with the focus of my inspiration and the focus of my mind. My negative mind, positive mind, and neutral mind all have a say as to which direction I step. Stepping into and catching up with my potential is up to me. What I focus on expands, and what expands is always and always what I focus on. It is law. In Loveland, becoming genius is the result of thousands of hours of focused attention on any given subject. With enough practice, focus, practice, attention, practice, and more practice, loving myself first and sharing the overflow, I personally experience the benefits of the processes I practice in Love School and become a love genius. The good news is that this practice is fun, and once most of the work is done, it's done. All that is necessary to continue experiencing expanding love in every area of my life is to make subtle adjustments with the Love School tools, resources, practices, and processes as I live my life. Love School assists me to continue experiencing more of what I say is important to me. The tools, resources, practices, and processes in Love School are simple. They personally confront me because they are designed and intended to inspire me to question my current beliefs, perceptions, ways of thinking, seeing, speaking, listening, acting, feeling, allowing, receiving, and experiencing myself in the world. Love School asks me to acknowledge, learn from, forgive, and release my past emotional baggage. Love School asks me repeatedly to acknowledge, learn from, forgive, and release my past emotional baggage. This inspires me to continue growing and glowing, personally experiencing a deeper love. How I choose to experience the tools, resources, practices, and processes in Love School is my personal choice. Whether I choose fear, pain, suffering, and struggle, or love, ease, and grace is up to me. Love School, the individual pieces and steps always and always remains a simple practice. Chapter 17. Preliminary programming is the majority source of all my pain and suffering. Puberty is a perfect time for people to begin the processes in Love School. Children are open to the possibilities of having all their dreams come true. These exercises and suggestions question the status quo and everything society has conditioned me to believe is the preferred way to live my life before my mother and father, forgive and bless their hearts, began programming my seed consciousness with the fear or love they chose to experience in their lives. My consciousness was naturally open and accepted these ways. I forgive myself. Upon conception, as a fetus, I begin to absorb the mental, emotional, physical, sexual, and spiritual states of consciousness from my parents based on my parents' personal experiences in the world. Because my parents resisted doing the necessary personal work to authentically love themselves first and share the overflow and remain in the energy vibration of love or above the majority of the time, I began my life experience with challenging difficulties. All growing fetuses naturally absorb and experience the chemical reactions created by the feelings of parents. The fetus processes the emotional poison or medicine that is secreted in the hormones that the mother shares with her growing child. When the mother is cared for by herself first, her partner second, and supported by her circles of participation and community third, it is conceivable that the child's energy centers known as chakras are bound to be strong, healthy, and balanced. When the mother is abused mentally, emotionally, and physically by herself first, her partner second, circles of participation third, and lacks community support, her consciousness is passed on to the child. It is therefore also conceivable that the child's chakras have physical and psychological mutations. Life is energy, and the chakras are energy. The universal life force circulates through us and brings us the experience of life. The chakras are the storehouses and transmitters of the universal energy. Each chakra represents distinct frequencies within the universe. The chakras interact with the electromagnetic energy field and transform this into energy that sustains life. Chakras determine the use of energy. They are the batteries for the various levels of life energy. They receive, store, and express energy by interacting with the universal life force. The freedom with which energy circulates back and forth throughout the universe is in direct correlation to the total health and overall personal well-being I experience. The seeds of the fruit create the same fruit. It is law. All children begin learning at the moment of conception. The child's foundation is based on whether the act of conception was accomplished in a state of fear, lust, anger, resentment, pride, or any of the relationship weeds, or love. Whether the child is planned for or an heir is a contribution to how the seed consciousness sprouts, grows, flourishes, thrives, and like all living things becomes old and dies. I accept these physical and psychological mutations into my personal philosophy for living. It is suggested that each time I go to love school, I leave my cultural programming from Earth on Earth. I use my prejudice and judgment to give what I learn in Loveland a fair trial in my day-to-day life. I use my prejudice and judgment to give what I learn in Loveland a fair trial in my day-to-day life. Knowledge becomes personal wisdom through personal experience. This is universal truth. Chapter 18. Love School teaches me sensible, logical, practical, and applicable tools and resources that point me directly towards my definition of love. Love School teachings are simple, logical, practical, and applicable for all the relationships I experience within the various circles I participate in on Earth, from the moment of my birth till the moment of my death. Whether they be romantic, family, friends, roommates, classmates, business partners, co-workers, clients, acquaintances, or even strangers, these teachings help me expand love in every area of my life. The Garden of Eden is all around me. The question I ask is, am I open to experiencing and sharing the love naturally circulating within my heart? The tools, resources, practices, and processes I learn in Love School are primarily focused on intimate, romantic relationships in service of creating more good-feeling emotions. They are also applicable in relating with my family, friends, roommates, classmates, business partners, co-workers, and the people that serve me in the places I frequent. In time, my personal love compass gives birth to a family compass, friend compass, roommate compass, classmate compass, career compass, and even an acquaintance compass. What I focus on is what expands. What expands is what I focus on. Oppose this truth and focus on everything that happens during your week that inspires anger and resentment within you. Then notice how you feel, practicing being a living affirmation of anger and resentment. Create love compasses for the various types of relationships you participate in. What naturally expands in every area of your life is love. The angel continues. Each evening you go to sleep wearing the love compass around your neck, you fall into a deep sleep and wake up here in Loveland. Once here, we continue from where you left off from the previous love lesson. Progress steadily till all of your questions have been thoroughly answered. Agreed? I nod my head in agreement. I remind myself. Go to sleep without the love compass around my neck, and I go to sleep as I normally do. I am permitted to miss up to 3 consecutive nights of Love School before I am required to restart from the beginning again. Choose to miss a 4th consecutive night of Love School before I complete the process, and I agree to start from the beginning again. Moving swiftly through Love School or missing a few nights here and there to give myself a chance to digest and assimilate what I learned takes me to the same destination when I possess 3 necessary characteristics for lasting change. Humility. The humility to admit to myself that I require more knowledge and practice to experience love in every area of my life. Forgiveness. Forgiveness of myself for forgetting knowledge of the natural laws of the universe and how they work. Courage. The courage to accept personal responsibility for everything in my life as it is today in this moment. This includes accepting the good, the difficult, the ups and the downs, the clean and the dirty, and yes, the nasty things that have happened to me by the thoughts, words, actions, and feelings of myself and others throughout my life. The past helped me create the necessary contrasting experiences that brought me to this moment, present moment of now, to experience more of what I declare I am, which I know at my core is a rainbow of feelings and emotions that manifest as love. All three characteristics are essential and required to be active in my present future prediction to demonstrate the focus necessary to transcend my current perceptions and beliefs to live in freedom and love. Wow. Chapter 19. Personal responsibility is being accountable for my thoughts, words, actions, feelings, and the results of my present future predictions. The things that guide me are the thoughts I think, the words I say, actions I take, and feelings I choose to feel. Everything begins and ends in the same place, which is mind. Suffering begins in mind, in the same place as joy begins in mind. Things are because I say so. It is law. Listen to people describe the pains and struggles in their reality. They are there because they choose language and spelling to describe and affirm their personal experience of reality as suffering. Everything is personal perspective. The law of attraction works 247. Whether I'm using it to my personal benefit or something else is up to me. What I think, I become. What I say is true because I say it is true. Thoughts of fear and lack create more of the same. The biggest sale most humans make during their lifetime is selling themselves on the possibility of loving themselves first to live in freedom and love. After this sale has been decided, the next biggest thing is getting a full 100% refund for the conscious victim story I bought into and continue to bring forth into my personal reality of now. Once I am happy with me, I create the space for a quantum shift to occur in my core consciousness and personal reality. With training and practice, I shift from being a conscious victim of random thoughts, circumstances, people, places, and things, and move confidently towards expressing love, personal power, creativity, and responsibility for my thoughts, words, actions, feelings, and supporting the personal well-being of those I care about. Chapter 20. Letting go of my victim story is required to climb the love ladder. Chapter 20. Letting go of my victim story is required to climb the love ladder. When I contemplate my current beliefs, they're ultimately present because I say so. Fortunately, everyone I know, including me, possesses the power of intention, thought, and mind to press the Control-Alt-Delete buttons to erase my current beliefs that are causing me harm. I have the power to intentionally install new programs on my CPU that override viruses and spontaneously bring forth more of what I declare is important to me, what I like, require, desire, and deserve. There is an easy and efficient way to transcend destructive thought processes and continue my personal story. Focusing my creative personal power and time on healing my past victim story creates more of the same. Focusing on healing creates more to heal. I make choices to move confidently towards my potential. The past is old news. The manifestation of my reality is old news. Practicing presence is where it's at. Again, the IT, individual transformation. Practicing presence is all there is to do. Everything I experience happens as a result of my personal presence practice. Manifesting the life in my dreams and focusing my creative personal power and time on earth is important. I remind myself to move directly towards love and choose to live in the present moment now. Now. I accept my victim story as it is. I look to my past to learn from my past. I learn from my past and let go of my past. I see myself increasing the intensity of energy I share with the world. You feel it? Light overpowers dark every time. To prove this to myself, I sit in a completely dark room and light a match. Instantly, the darkness is consumed by the light that already always exists as such. All humans have a pilot light within. Focusing my attention and energy on working blindly in the dark to heal past hurts and traumas is a waste of time and leads to experiencing more hurts and traumas to heal. Focusing my attention on increasing the light within me that is intertwined with all that is feels good. Inspiring others to align with me and practice the same is a productive use of time. Accept it, choose it, move with it, grow into it, and die with it. Has there ever been a successful, loving human being living their life as a gift of love who was also associating strongly with victimhood? All successful, loving human beings living life as a gift of loving service have replaced their victim story with one that provides lessons that are necessary to learn to love themselves first and share the authentic overflow. Holy shit, this is so fucking good, man. It's hitting me. It's ready. It's ready. It's finally fucking ready, man. Woo! It's ready. It feels so good. 21. There are 4 types of people. Which one am I in this moment? Meditate on this deeply. There are 4 types of people. People living in darkness moving towards darkness. People living in darkness moving towards light. People living in light moving towards darkness. People living in light moving towards light. Here are some fundamental questions for me to contemplate as I decide which type of person currently describes me. 1. What thoughts do I choose to think throughout the day that either move me towards the darkness or towards the light? 2. What words do I choose to speak, either aloud or silently to myself throughout the day, that either move me towards the darkness or towards the light? Number 3. What actions do I choose to take throughout the day that either move me towards the darkness or towards the light? Number 4, what feelings do I choose to experience throughout the day that either move me towards the darkness or towards the light? Answer these life-changing questions spontaneously. I know what is necessary to choose to think, speak, act, and feel to become more living in the light, moving consciously, continuously towards the light. I choose to stop whining about how things are and just do it. What is it? What is the individual transformation I require to love every area of my life? The IT, is what there is to do, to perform, to implement action towards the manifestation of immediate change. My thoughts, words, actions, and feelings are the seeds of consciousness. Everyone has the same resources and building blocks of manifestation that work together in harmony, creating the experience of everything in my life. When you're full of contradiction, that's a suffering life. The thoughts I think, the words I speak, things I do, and emotions I feel create the life changes I desire. This moment begins and ends with my current thoughts thought, words spoken, actions taken, and feelings felt. One moment leads to the next. Change begins with my conscious thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. One seed sprouts another, in any order, all the time. In this case, thought, word, action, and feeling are all equally important to practice from a conscious state of love or above. The choice is mine. Every moment, I'm either a victim, letting life happen to me, or a consciously conscious, empowered contributor directing the course of my life experience towards love, joy, peace, and bliss. I'm always and always taking responsibility for my life or giving it away. I suggest I am the one in the driver's seat of my life. Whether I choose it, like it, accept it, deny it, or resist, it is always and always all about me. In every situation and relationship, it is all about me. I am the common denominator in the experience of my life. Wherever I go, there I am. Which way a thing changes always and always depends on me. I choose to actively collaborate with life. Chapter 22. Change creates change. Accept it and step it up. There's a universal law that states that when I change the way I perceive things, how I perceive things change. Further explained, the lower I place myself on the love ladder, the narrower my range of perception. From this level of consciousness, I'm likely to see one path to get where I think in this moment I desire to be the next. Naturally, the higher I climb the love ladder, the wider my range of view. I see that there are many paths to the same destination. All things become possible as my range of perception becomes broader than that of fear, false evidence appearing real. I increase my personal power by declaring personal responsibility for everything in my life and climbing the love ladder one step at a time. The experiences I once described as terrible because I perceived through eyes living in the energetic frequencies of fear are now perceived through eyes living in love or above. Chapter 23, choosing my direction with conscious clarity. All life experience provides me with an opportunity to get from where I am now, in this moment, to where I desire to be in the next present future prediction of my choosing now. It is always about now. The power of now sprouts presence in all I think, do, say, and feel right now. I practice the process of creating with the next thoughts I choose to think, words I choose to say, actions I choose to take, and feelings that I choose to feel. When I choose to remain a victim, letting life happen to me, the terrible experiences I experience continue preventing me from loving the life I am living now. What thoughts am I thinking now? Thoughts rooted in fear, thoughts rooted in faith. What thoughts do I silently say to myself from the moment I wake up throughout the day and as I fall asleep at night? Words rooted in fear, words rooted in faith. What actions do I take throughout the day? Actions rooted in fear or actions rooted in faith? And my thoughts, my words, my actions all give birth to the emotions and feelings I choose to experience now. What types of feelings do I choose to experience throughout the day? Feelings rooted in fear, feelings rooted in faith. My feelings are the fuel that inspire a continuous stream of thoughts, words, and actions. Feelings conceive more feelings to move me closer to or further from that which I say is important to me. Chapter 24. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water using conscious confusion. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water using conscious clarity. Relationship weeds are thoughts, words, actions, and feelings that sprout roots of fear. A few of the 600 plus relationship weeds include anger, anxiety, guilt, hope, shame, sadness, stress, jealousy, regret, resentment, and worry. Relationship weeds sprout fear and lead to stress. Stress, like anger, is a good thing because it contains messages for my growth. I choose to pay attention to the messages within my perception of the stressful experience. They point me towards love. Everything I experience happens to show me what I am feeling in the presence of now. Choosing to avoid or ignore these messages, they manifest as any of the many prevalent diseases currently spreading across the earth, consuming millions of lives each year. Holy shit. Human bodies give away the inner truth. The cure for anything created in mind is found in the same place, mind. Relationship gardening is actively digging for the relationship weeds that suffocate and kill all forms of relationships, including relationships, right, with myself. Once uprooted, plant seeds of faith. Seeds of faith are the opposite of the relationship weeds. I use relationship gardening to remove every relationship weed from my mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, sensual, and sexual energies. This serves to create an authentic expression of love for myself and my chosen circles of participation. Every gardener and farmer knows to continuously remove weeds from their gardens and crops at the root in order to make space for their beautiful flowers, plants, and food to grow. When their roots have plenty of space, they flourish and become strong, healthy, vibrant, and nutritious as they are designed to become. The DNA, natural divine abundance of any seed. Nature creates balance between space and community. From the perspective of Loveland, people who repeatedly expose themselves to the natural cycles of nature spontaneously deepen their care for the one that allows life, Earth. The people who live surrounded by concrete, steel, wires, Wi-Fi signals, and more are more likely to see the one, Earth, as a commodity. My surroundings have an effect on my mind's ability to see potential for change. I'm always connected to the source of all that is. I use the one source within myself and choose to practice conscious clarity in personal thought, word, action, and feeling. I am responsible for how I feel. Chapter 25. Love School focuses on the individual. Me. It's all about me. Because in every relationship, I'm the common denominator. When you're reading this, you're talking about you. Because you're the common denominator in all of your relationships. That's my T. Harv Eker. For now, I've shared enough about Love School. This introduction shares some fundamentals into the practical, sensible, and logical philosophy for loving every area of life. When I am ready to begin, I begin. Before then, I continue to strengthen the 3 necessary characteristics for lasting change. The humility to admit to myself I require more knowledge and practice to love every area of my life. Forgiveness of myself for forgetting knowledge of the natural laws of the universe and how they work. The courage to accept personal responsibility for everything in my life as it is now in this moment. I woke up from my deep sleep a few minutes before sunrise with a big smile. I'm glowing with gratitude, beaming from my heart. I feel happily overflowing with joy, smiling from ear to ear. I have more energy than I've experienced in a long time. A few of the aches and pains I've retained for years vanished overnight. I have an intuitive knowledge that, with the assistance of using the tools, resources, practices, and processes I explore during Love School, it is possible for me to forgive myself for what I perceive I did to hurt others and forgive those I perceive hurt me. It's all about learning, folks. We're all helping each other grow and glow. It's all our fault. Chapter 26. Loving myself first and sharing the overflow is easy once I begin to practice and experience the results of my personal practice. I realize it is possible to look to my past to learn from my past. I realize it is possible to learn from my past and let go of my past. Learning from my past is a process that inspires a creative, present, future prediction to step into now. I feel deeply that by climbing the love ladder, I am empowered. I direct the course of my life experience, and this is success. I direct the course of my life, and this is success. Taking personal responsibility for my life and everything in it, including the thoughts I think, words I say, actions I take, and feelings I choose to feel as a result, I am succeeding. Whatever's going on around me, I'm the one thinking, speaking, acting, and feeling, I'm succeeding. Anything and everything I like, require, desire, and deserve for myself is possible. The introduction to Love School inspires me. I am excited to dive headfirst into the deep end of love. I feel a renewed spark of possibility and passion about life, love, and relationships, and eagerly anticipate nightfall. Chapter 27. Allow integration after shaking the tree of my life and planting new seeds to sprout. To relax and integrate, I decide to enjoy myself with some fun in the sun. I grab my beach bag, head to breakfast, and enjoy the day at the ocean in a state of gratitude, reflecting on all the little details, good and difficult, that have led me to this present moment of now. Lying on the beach, I reflect on my most recent relationship. I begin contemplating what thoughts I chose to think throughout the day that either attracted love towards me or pushed it away. What words I chose to speak, either aloud or silently, usually it's silently, to myself throughout the day that either attracted love to me or pushed it away. What actions I chose to take throughout the day that either attracted love towards me or pushed it away, and what feelings I chose to experience throughout the day that either attracted love towards me or pushed it away. I begin to feel gratitude for my partner and the overall experience of my most recent relationship as a whole. Each experience I hate contains within it the possibility of the complete opposite experience of what I already know I like based on my past personal experience. I realize that by climbing the love ladder and reaching the vibrations of love, joy, peace, and bliss, aligning consciously is easily accessible. Conscious vibrational alignment allows more of the experience of what I already know I like. Aligning consciously continues attracting more of the same into the present future prediction experience of my personal perception of reality. Chapter 28. Experience clarity through words. What I think I need or want are both future-based words and lack personal experience. Deleting these words that plant relationship weeds from my CPU, I witness a shift in my life experience. A key to free my potential and change my life now is to shift my focus from needing or wanting to desiring. Desiring calibrates at a higher frequency than needing or wanting. My proof is always contained within my feelings. How does it feel being needy or in an emotional, mental, or physical state of needing? How does it feel to be in an emotional, mental, or physical state of wanting? Wanting or needing anything or anyone imply perpetual states of lack. How does it feel to nurture a desire for more of what you like, require, desire, or deserve? As I experience my desires, my feelings immediately let me know in real time whether I am moving closer to or further from that which I like, require, or deserve. By focusing my energy on what I think I need or want, I continue experiencing the experience of needing or wanting. At the same time, I forever push away, deny, deflect, or resist my possible experiences of what it is that I declare I need or want, based on the words DNA, divine natural abundance. The divine natural abundance of wanting something is to always want it. To need something is also to always need it. Chapter 29. Introduction to Love School. Summary. Manifesting more of what I like in this moment requires me to be in conscious alignment with what I like, period. The law of attraction is simple. Thoughts, words, actions, or feelings all require a vocabulary to be self-expressed. My vocabulary includes every word I hear, see, think, or use. Every word is a seed of consciousness that sprouts its definition. Every definition has an intention that grows into itself. Seeds sprout their intention when they are planted and supported to grow. Growth of a sprout occurs when my thoughts, speech, actions, or feelings are in alignment with the seed's definition. When my thoughts, words, actions, and feelings are all moving in the same direction, I gain momentum and change quickly ensues. Shifting my focus changes my life. The law of intention sprouts the definition of the seed of consciousness I plant in my CPU, heart, and field of consciousness around me. Do I plant seeds of fear or seeds of faith when I think thoughts? Do I plant seeds of fear or seeds of faith when I speak words? Do I plant seeds of fear or seeds of faith when I perform actions? Do I plant seeds of fear or seeds of faith when I feel emotions? Life reflects with complete accuracy the manifestation of the seeds I choose to plant with the thoughts I choose to think, words I choose to say, actions I choose to practice, and feelings I choose to feel. These are all determined by how I interpret my life experience. When I experience any of the 600 plus relationship weeds in my reality, it is because I am choosing to plant seeds of fear while thinking they are seeds of faith. I call this wrong seed planting. I accept the current inventory of the seeds in my stored consciousness because I thought them there. I accept the current inventory of my seeds. I accept the current inventory of the seeds in my stored consciousness because I thought them there. Fuck, who wrote that? Me? When you eliminate contradictory spelling, you naturally plant seeds correctly, and things change fast. Because the seed always matches the fruit, and the fruit that you're harvesting, when planted correctly, match the visions in your mind. Mic drop. Chapter 30 is one of the last chapters. Love School 12-week outline. So what's covered in Love School? That's the introduction, gives you an overview, a little bit of the philosophy, the language. This is how I write, this is how I speak, this is how I flow, which is why I spend a lot of time alone, because everyone's consciously confused and it's irritating. In order for you to extract conscious clarity from the confusion, I required space to write all this. We'll see what you require. Model 1. So when you join up for the 12-week program, Love School 12-week outline. Model 1. Introduction to Love School, creating my personal path to love now. Review. Model 2. 3 magic words that inspire me to grow. Humility, forgiveness, and courage. We'll go into these deeper. Model 3. Time to get my hands dirty. Relationship gardening. Amazing process. Model 4. The relationship bomb. I'm going to tell you right now what it is. Expectations ruin relationships. Look up the word expectations in the dictionary. And I am just reviewing The Alchemist. And you know what one of the good omens is that you're supposed to listen to when your grandfather tells you? That expectations are good. Bullshit. Expectations ruin relationships. It's the relationship atomic bomb, which we cover in Model 4. Model 5, universal cosmic mirrors, my circles of participation. Model 6, the relationship magic wands, forgiveness and letting go. Model 7, the eternal source of love within me, the love compass. This is where we create the love compass. It's already being created, but this is where we really focus on it and all the questions are answered. Model 8, everybody already has them, core values. Model 9, the missing secret behind the secret's secret. Model 10, increasing my pulling power, affirming self-love. Model 11, a secret to personal fulfillment, experience expanding love now. And Model 12 is a surprise, what's next? So I'm going to go over all the things that helped me create this novel, written 97% positive present tense language. Audiobooks, audio programs, written books. 10-day English Vipassana meditation discourses. 10 secrets to success and inner peace, Wayne Dyer. 101 ways to transform your life, Wayne Dyer. A New Earth, Eckhart Tolle. Accelerating the grid, filling in, Abraham Hicks. Aligning with sex, love, wealth, and worship, David Data. Ananda Yoga, the path to ecstasy, Nityananda. Anger, you can suppress words and behavior, but you cannot suppress vibration, Abraham Hicks. Are there karmic debts? Abraham Hicks. Ask and it is given. Abraham Hicks. Balance. It's a remix I did. Eric Pearl. It's from a live interview I recorded from some health summit or something. He's a cool chiropractor. He's got a cool voice. Before doing it, align with it. Abraham Hicks. Being free of the opinion of others. Abraham Hicks. Bikram Yoga Class Dialogue. Bikram Teachers. Bingo. The Practice of Boundless Love. David Data. Bondage, Boundaries, and the Rolling Stones. Spiritual Happiness for Sexual Healing, David Data. Breathing, The Master Key to Self-Healing, Dr. Andrew Whale. Buddhism, Blowjobs, and Chocolate. Spiritual Access to Passions Portals, David Data. Change Your Thoughts, Louise Hay. Chaos is Order, Order is Chaos, Nityananda. Clarity of Consciousness and Cultivating Ecstasy, David Data. Clearing Resistance, Abraham Hicks. Cognitive Shift, Nityananda. Collective Consciousness, Nityananda. Communication, Yearning, and Purpose, David Data. Conversations with God, Book 1, 2, and 3, Neil Donald Walsh. Cosmic Intelligence, Nityananda. Craving Nothingness, Wanting Fullness, Celebrating Nowness, David Data. Creating Your World the Way You Really Want It, Wayne Dyer. Dance Your Way to God, Nityananda. Dating, Abraham Style, Abraham. Demons and Devils and Death, oh my, Abraham. Devils and Fallen Angels, Abraham. Don't Fight It, Just Leave It, Abraham. Dr. Lynch's Holistic Self-Help Health Program, Dr. James B. Lynch. This is the first book I read before Fit for Life. When I quit daycare the first time because of stress overload and being bullied. Emotional Chaos and Authentic Love, How to Help Your Man, David Data. Emotional Grids, Abraham Hicks. Energy Vampires, Abraham Hicks. Everyday Wisdom, Wayne Dyer. Eye of the Eye, From Which Nothing is Hidden, David R. Hawkins. I, Reality and Subjectivity, David R. Hawkins. Facebook is an expansion of Source, Abraham Hicks. Fast Money and Fake Tits. Forms of Deep Consciousness and Love's Light, David Data. Fear of Failure, Dan and Betsy Smith. Fit for Life 2, Living Health, Harvey Diamond and Marilyn Diamond. Photonics, Marilyn Diamond and Donald Burton. Schnell. Flow, I can't pronounce that name. Flow, name unpronounceable. Nikolai Chishamilsky or something. It's Russian, I believe. Forgive me. Focus on your emotional grid, Abraham Hicks. Freedom from dilemma, Nityananda. From voodoo to Buddha, Nityananda. From distress to de-stress, Nityananda. From loneliness to aloneness, Nityananda. From place to space, Nityananda. From potentiality to actuality, Nityananda. From subconscious to superconscious, Nityananda. This was when I was in India. From worrying to wandering, Nityananda. Get the Edge, Anthony Robbins. Also remixed that to house music. Getting into the Vortex, Abraham Hicks. Getting the Love You Want, Harville Hendricks. God is not for sale, Nityananda. Gratitude is prayer, Nityananda. Grid work, Abraham. Guilt, the sure killer of intelligence, Nityananda. Gung Ho, Ken Blanchard. He's just not that into you. Greg Brent. Healing love through the Tao, cultivating female sexual energy, Mantic Chia. Health in a whole new light, Dr. Robert Young, first one I did the house. Heart of the Soul, Gary Zukav. His Freedom, Her Love, David Data. How Can I Stop Punishing Myself, Abraham Hicks. How Humans Got on Earth, Abraham Hicks. How Source Sees Natural Disasters, Abraham Hicks. How to Deepen as a Man, David Data. How to Get What You Really Want, Wayne Dyer. There's that word want again. How to Get What You Want and Want What You Have, John Gray. There's more wanting. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Influencing Body Cells, Abraham Hicks. Instinct, Intellect, and Intuition, Abraham. Intimacy to Ecstasy, David Data. Intuition, Stuart Wilde. It's Good to Feel Good. The Great Awakening, Abraham Hicks. It's Not Your Job to Be Everything They Want You to Be, Abraham Hicks. Young in the Dark Side, Abraham Hicks. Keep Yourself Happy Anyway, Abraham Hicks. Kinks, Consciousness, and the Plumber, David Data. Laughter is Meditation, Nityananda. Lifestyle is not for sale, Nityananda. Life was never meant to be a struggle, Stuart Wilde. Listen, I'm talking to you, Nityananda. Living Sacred Intimacy, David Data. Living Sacred Intimacy 2, David Data. Love and Desire, Abraham Hicks. Love is Letting Go of Fear, Gerald Jampolsky. Love, Fear, Trust, and Depth, David Data. On repeat a couple hundred times because I mixed it to a house set. Love to Lust, The Ultimate Alchemy, Paramahansa Nityananda. Manifest Your Destiny, Wayne Dyer. Manifesting Everything You Want Again, Abraham Hicks. Marijuana, Abraham Hicks. The Master Surgeon, Nityananda. Master the Zen Sick, Nityananda. Mastering Creative Visualization, Shakti Gowan. Meditation as Medicine, Dr. Dharma Singh Khalsa. Men are from Mars, oh yeah. Women are from Venus, Dr. John Gray. Men's Fantasies, Abraham Hicks. Messages from the Body, Narayan Singh. Mind is the minefield, Nityananda. Mind your mind, Nityananda. Money Grid, Abraham. Multiple lovers, jealous lovers, successful relationships, Abraham Hicks. That was the force that caused Alana and I to go down. That one, the conscious confusion in there. Mysticism and Philosophy, Nityananda. Negotiating Success, Turning Problems into Profits, Joe Caruso. New Revelations, Neil Donald Walsh. Nityam Dinanyam Ananyam, Nityananda. Now Here to Nowhere, Nityananda. Obliterating Problems is My Job, Military Man, Abraham. Opening as Love and Nothingness, David Data. Opening Spirituality and Sexuality, David Data. Overcoming Addictions, Deepak Chopra. Personal Mind Control, Abraham. Personal Power 2, Anthony Robbins. Power and Coincidence, Nityananda. Power versus Force, The Hidden Determinants of Behavior, Dr. Hawkins. That's the whole calibrating love ladder thing. Praying for What You Want, Abraham Hicks. Wanting. Prescription for a Peaceful Mind, Nityananda. Primary Emotion and Deep Purpose, David Data. That's a nice one. Quantum Bliss, Nityananda. Quantum Enlightenment, Nityananda. Quantum Spirituality, Nityananda. Realization of Being, Eckhart Tolle. Really Good Contacts Keep Not Panning Out, Abraham Hicks. Realms of Love and Substance, David Data. Receiving Love, Harville Hendricks. Relationship Rescue, Dr. Phil McGraw. Religion and Spirituality, Nityananda. Rested Deeper Than Habit, David Data. Restful Sleep, Deepak Chopra. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and I worked there and I attended the course a few times, D. Harbecker. Self-Acceptance, Abraham. Self-Mastery, Dick Supin. Self-Matters, Dr. Phil again. Selling Products, Abraham. Sexuality, Sensuality, Abraham. Siddhartha, just reviewed that, amazing. Herman Hesse, still consciously confusing. Silent Power, Stuart Wilde. Soul Stories, Gary Zukav. Speak Up for Yourself Without Anger, Abraham Hicks. Speech, Kinks, Truth, Breath, and Art, David Data. Spirituality Beyond Self-Improvement, David Data. Staying on the Path, Wayne Dyer. Subconscious Overpowers Conscious, Abraham Hicks. Surrender, The Ultimate Technique, Nityananda. Talk Yourself Into Love, Abraham. That helped me get over Melissa, going through that drama. I love you, Melissa. Teo Secrets of Cultivating Male Sexual Energy. She bought me that book, man. Thich Chia. Teachings on Love. Thich Nhat Hanh. 30-Day Feeling Better Thought Process. Abraham. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Families. People. Both Stephen Covey. He's the old paradigm. Win, win, lose, win. Lose, 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 win. Updated triple win. Win for you, win for me, win for everyone involved. The Alchemist. Listening to it now. There's some really good conscious confusion in there. Paulo Coelho. Forgive me. The name. The Art of Mindful Living, Thich Nhat Hanh. The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron. The Awakened Life, Wayne Dyer. The Better It Gets, the Better It Gets, the Better It Gets, Abraham. The Biggest Missing Piece, Abraham. The Bliss of Aloneness, Osho. The Celestine Prophecy, James Redfield. The Dancing Wooly Masters, Gary Zukav. The Doshas, Jeffrey Armstrong. The Force, Stuart Wilde. The Four Agreements, Miguel Ruiz. The Galactic Federation, Abraham. The Greatest Salesman in the World, Ong Mendino. The Higher Self, Wayne Dyer. The I Problem, Nityananda. The Keys to Higher Awareness, Wayne Dyer. The Life Code, Dr. Phil. The Little Money Bible, Stuart Wilde. The Love That Washes Through Patterns, David Data. The Mastery of Love, Miguel Ruiz. The Nuts and Bolts of Spiritual Intimacy 1, 2, and 3, David Data. On Time, On Target Manager, Ken Blanchard. One Time Minute Manager, Ken Blanchard. One Time Salesperson. One Time Minute Salesperson. The 1 Minute Salesperson. One Time Minute. Ken Blanchard. The Play of Masculine and Feminine, David Data. The Powers Within You, Louise Hay. The Powerful Engagement, Jim James. There's a bunch of guys there. The Powerful Engagement. The Power of Intention, Wayne Dyer. The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. You know, just for your reference, The Power of Now is written in the past and the future. Oops. The Power of Positive Thinking, Norman Vincent Peale. The Present, Enjoy Your Work and Life in Changing Times, amazing book. Spencer Johnson, very good story. The Psychology of Winning, First Audio Programs, Dennis Waitley. The Seed of the Soul, Gary Zukav. The Secrets of Deliberate Creation, I Mixed It to House, Dr. Robert Anthony. He's the first guy to be in The Secret. He's got some really good stuff. Still consciously confusing. Spirituality of the Body, and Alexander Lowen. The Teachings of Yogi Bhajan. My teacher training manual as well, Yogi Bhajan. The Third Stage, Making Love Beyond Sharing Needs, David Data. 3 Stages of Life, David Data. The Way of the Peaceful Warrior and the Movie, Dan Millman. The Way of the Superior Man, David Data. The Yoga of Deep Passion, David Data. The Yoga of Discipline, Gurumai. That I read a lot. The Yoga of Discipline goes through all the senses. Amazing. There's a Spiritual Solution, Wayne Dyer. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Thinking as Choosing Your Thoughts, Abraham. Third Stage, Let Your Heart Shine for Adam. Third Stage, Let Your Heart Shine for Adam, David Data. Third Stage, Mastery His Consciousness Aligns Her Dance, David Data. Thoughts Before We Sleep, Abraham. Trust Even If You Are Exploited, Nityananda. Trusting Larger Than Yourself, David Data. Walking in the World, Julia Cameron. What Do We Do Between Lifetimes, Abraham. What is Healing, Nityananda? What More Do You Want, Nityananda? When Others Get on Your Nerves, Abraham. When Things Fall Apart, Heart Advice for Difficult Times, Pema Chodron. Forgive Me. Who Am I, Nityananda? Why People Don't Heal and How They Can, Carolyn Miss. Wisdom of the Ages, Wayne Dyer. You Could Heal Your Life, A to Z Index for Years, Louise Hay. You Could Heal Your Life, Louise Hay. Your Buddha Nature, Innate Generosity, all of them actually. The Virtuous Heart, The Heart of Renunciation, Wise Effort, Patience, Truthfulness, Dedication, Equanimity, Loving Kindness, all by Jack Kornfield in a 9-series discourse. Your Life Begins Now, Wayne Dyer. Your Sacred Self, Wayne Dyer. Your Wish Is My Command, Kevin Trudeau. Mystical Vibrations Music. A lot of these discourses I put to beats, so there's just a lot there. I made a really huge set that's 4 hours long. It's like, I just see a vision of dancing, people dancing their way to enlightenment. Movies, Conversations with God, The Secret, Eat, Pray, Love, Peaceful Warrior, Celestine Prophecy, What the Bleep Do We Know, You Can Hear Your Life, Tuning In, Asking It Is Given, The New Biology, The Shift, Ambition to Meaning, Thrive, lots of times, lots more, I forget what they are. Courses, diplomas, programs, seminars, and workshops. I got my high school diploma, I got early childhood education diploma in 96, I did Landmark in 99, the assisting program 2000, 2001, the advanced course Landmark 2000, self-expression and leadership program 2000, the relationship seminar, the basics of love, romance, and partnership Landmark 2000, Kundalini yoga teacher, meditation teacher, training level 1, 2001, 2002, Reiki certification 1, 2, 2003, Millionaire Mind Intensive 2004, 5, 10, 15, Nityananda 2005, India, LA Ashram 2005, Nityananda Enlightenment Training in 2007. 10-Day Vipassana, 2008, Kundalini Yoga West Men's Camp, 2009, the Assisting Program, Landmark Education, 2009, 2010, here in Vancouver, Akashic Records, Level 1 and 2, from an ex-Baljeet, 2010, 2011, that's a crock of shit. Akashic Records. What I remember is that you require permission to go into another person's records. That's the training. So she's doing a healing on me. I'm under her spells because she's giving me wicked blowjobs. I'm just going to be blunt. And she's doing a healing on me, and I give her permission to go into my records. But then she starts telling me about what my father is thinking and feeling while he's holding me when I'm a baby. Did you catch it? Did she get permission to go into his records to know what he was thinking and feeling? So what was she doing? She was telling me what she thought I required to hear to grow. So as long as it sounded good, and it was like, oh, he's intimidated by you and he's scared of your energy and potential, my ego goes, great, oh yeah, I always knew it. Is that true? How do I know? That's a scam. Okay? And the landmark forum I did in 2011 with the Ja before we went to Mexico, where I did a lot of writing that winter, and then more 10-day Vipassana 2011, 2012, and 2013, practice and service. All that, 17, 18 years, led to the Love Compass, the Spelling Code, the ABCs of Smart Selling, and pretty much like a whole lifestyle program that's, pieces are all written and stuff, it's just having the time and energy to put it together. What's available now is this novel, obviously, the Spelling Code, slideshow, obviously the list for people to invest in to get those words, the seeds of consciousness that get in the way of yesterday, mental viruses, relationship weeds. We're all salespeople. We're all selling our ideas, and we're all after the same thing, feeling good.